Hey, what's up, guys? This is gonna be, first of all, my name's Kyle, and this is gonna be the pilot episode to my podcast that I'm starting. Figure since the world's fucking going crazy and stuff, and the world's it's on lockdown and quarantine and all this stuff for this COVID-19 stuff that's going on, worldwide pandemic. Figure what better time to start the podcast I've been thinking about forever than now, when ain't nobody got shit to do. Yeah, I guess first of all, I talk about my setup. Probably sucks, but it's not gonna be it's not gonna be permanent. Obviously, once I get better shit and stuff, I'll get a better setup. But for now, I think this will be alright. I got some cool stuff in the background. Got whiskey over there. My marathon medals. No big deal. It's whatever. But yeah, like I said, got a pandemic going on. People are losing their minds. Buying all the toilet paper. Sporting events canceled. Restaurants closed. Crazy times, kids. Crazy times. But, I don't know. I like to be optimistic. I feel like things are going to be alright. They're going to turn out alright for people. I mean, it's going to be hard seeing all this kind of shit play out. People losing their jobs. Politicians are being politicians, I guess. People are reacting to this type of shit in different ways, which makes sense. We've never had to deal with anything like this. I'm sure a lot of people, pretty much everybody just didn't see this shit coming. Very few saw this kind of thing happening. A lot of stuff involved. It's crazy. Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna call this Whiskey and Wheelies. Whiskey and Wheelies. I don't know, that's the best name I could come up with. So yeah. What else? That's stupid. I just completely blanked. This is dumb. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching podcasts, just thinking about making my own, just to, I don't know, get out there. get out there, just get my thoughts out there. Eventually, I mean, my end goal is I want to have guests. I want to talk to people. Because I feel it's just astronomically important to at least do what you can to understand someone and try your hardest to be understood, because it's really easy to just quickly judge someone in passing, but once you talk to them, when you talk to them for hours, you talk to them for just any extended period of time, you start to realize maybe your quick judgments were completely misguided. Because there's a lot to people, just like there's a lot to this situation. And the more information you open yourself up to, and the more viewpoints and thoughts and opinions you consider, the more well-rounded your perspective will turn out, at least hopefully. And the better you'll understand the situation or the person or what have you. And that is one of the big positive motivational factors that made me want to start my own podcast. And it's really weird for me being on camera, but I think it's also important for me personally to get on here and, talk and get all my thoughts out there and just be accountable for the things that I'm saying. And that's another thing I think is important. And another driving factor to me starting this podcast. I'm going to discuss all manner of subjects. I'm going to try to. And just, I don't know, hopefully just get people talking to each other and realizing that maybe all those times you thought something of someone, or you thought you were coming across a certain way, because we all as individuals like the shit that comes out of our own heads. And so we believe that our opinions and beliefs and thoughts and judgments are justified. So yeah, maybe I just wanted to put it out there that maybe people can get this is hard, man. But yeah, I need to do it. Yeah, I just want people to try to, I guess I want people to try to understand each other better, because I think it'll be good for all of us. And just don't believe everything. Don't be this team mentality, where it's just you just completely disregard a certain source or a certain type of information. And then we start to fill our heads with all just one thing. And I just think that's really fucking disappointing. I think it's a shame to, like I said, completely disregard the opinions, the thoughts, the beliefs of others, and or just subjects, or just only having room in your head for one thing, or a very select few things. By the way, you like my medals back there? Yeah. No big deal. It's whatever. Boom. But yeah, what was I saying? yeah, so it is a big goal of mine with this podcast to just the theme of communication is just really important for me, I feel. Which is weird for me to say because even before this quarantine shit, I wasn't doing nothing. Yeah, I was just chilling in here, never really got out anyway from a lot of things. Medical issues, shit like that. But yeah, I'm hoping this. Probably not a good idea to touch my face, huh? Especially now. I'm growing a beard, but I feel like it's not the best time for that. Because I keep touching my fucking face. Yeah, man. So, by the way, I don't know if I told you, but I'm calling this Whiskey and Wheelies. Almost forgot the name. Whiskey and Wheelies. Whiskey because it's a hobby of mine over there under my medals. Bunch of marathon medals. Yeah. And wheelies because I'm just talking about random shit now. Because you can't see it, but behind me I got my wheelchair. I guess more on that later. But yeah, I guess my more personal reason I can talk about for starting this podcast would be just to have an opportunity to just tell my stories, tell you guys about my adventures, all the times all of my hand cycling adventures, all of my medical adventures, all the shit I've been through. Just like I want to hear about what everybody else has been through. Because we all got a story, man. We all got a story. And going back to understanding people and their points of view and at least being okay with what's the worst that's gonna happen? You're gonna agree to disagree, Too many people are afraid of that. And so that's just another thing that I hope to communicate through this as well as improving my own communication skills, because by my own fault, a lot I mean a lot of it is by my own doing, but I'm alone. I'm alone a lot. I have a lot of time alone, so I have a lot of time to think. So all that shit just accumulates in my head, as I'm sure it does for a lot of people. And then it just builds and builds and builds. And then, like anything, it gets overwhelming. So, it's just good to get it out somewhere. But, yeah. I don't know what else I was going to talk about, but, like my poster. I keep doing that. Batman. Wish I had like a better setup, like better angles and shit. But yeah, dude, going back to this coronavirus shit, a lot of people are like, unfortunately, like, you can go a lot of directions with anything. Some people will take it in a certain direction, and then others people will take it in another direction, and then all of a sudden it's, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, this is right. No, this is happening. No, these people are lying. No, these people are lying. And I get it. It's hard not to do that. It's hard not to pick sides and just run with somebody, because you're not alone anymore. You're not by yourself in the fucking chaos. But even with that, it's goes back to consideration and getting having numerous sources and gaining information wherever you possibly can to understand the situation to the fullest that you can. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that for right now. And by the way, sorry for my monotone ass voice. Like, I feel like that'll get better once I get used to being on here and shit and start interacting more and whatnot and get used to all this. Because it's pretty different from just sitting there and having my head explode with all the shit that I'm gonna be putting out here. And yeah, I don't know. Just like I said, tell you guys about me. Have me tell you guys, have me, I'll learn about you guys. Because I don't know, I keep coming back to it, but I just want people to make more of an effort to understand each other, man, and not not I don't know, just not jump to conclusions, just not assume everything from any little inkling of skepticism, like just I don't know, man, just try to understand each other, and try to find a common ground, and if you can't, that's okay. But the point is that you sat down with somebody you disagreed with, and you had that communication and that discourse, and you traveled a path towards understanding, and instead of stubbornness and I don't know, bias, confirmation bias, and unnecessary assumptions and skepticism. You tried. You fucking tried. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's where I'm going to leave it off for this one. Keep it a little bit shorter. And then put this bitch up and see what happens. So yeah. See you later, guys.